ABC Kinderteach presents Bear Has a Story to Tell. Written by Philip C. Stead, illustrated by Aaron E. Stead. It was almost winter and Bear was getting sleepy. Because in the wintertime, bears hibernate, which means they take a really long nap. But first, Bear had a story to tell. I wonder what his story is. Mouse, would you like to hear a story? Asked Bear with a yawn because he's so tired. I am sorry, Bear, said Mouse, but it is almost winter and I have many seeds to gather. So he has to collect food for the winter because it's hard to find food in the winter, especially if you're a mouse. Bear helped Mouse find seeds on the forest floor. And forest floor is just the ground in a place that has a bunch of trees. When they had finished, Mouse said, "See you soon," and tunneled underground to wait for spring. Bear didn't get to tell his story to the mouse. Bear took slow, sleepy steps through the forest. He's getting more and more tired. Fallen leaves crunched under his feet. "Hello, Duck," said Bear, sitting down to rest his tired legs. "Would you like to hear a story?" "I am sorry, Bear," said Duck, "but it is almost winter and I am getting ready to fly south." "I will miss you, Duck," said Bear. He raised a paw to check the direction of the wind so that when Duck flies, he'll know which way to fly. Bear is really helpful to these other animals, but nobody's listening to his story yet. "I will miss you too," said Duck, and off he flew. There he is, up there. The sun was heavy and hung low in the sky, which means it was setting. Bear's eyelids were getting heavy too. He counted colors to stay awake. 3 pink clouds, 1, 2, 3. 2 red leaves, 1, 2. 1 green frog. "Hello," said Bear. "Would you like to hear a story?" "I am sorry, Bear," said Frog, "but it is almost winter and I have to find a warm place to sleep." I bet that Bear is going to help him, but not be able to tell his story. Bear dug a frog-sized hole between 2 evergreens. He's helping. Then he tucked Frog in under a blanket of leaves and pine needles. "Thank you, Bear," said Frog. "I will see you in the spring." He didn't get to tell his story again. Bear leaned against the old oak tree. He stretched and yawned and scratched at his belly. "I wonder if Mole is awake," he thought. So he's getting more and more tired because he really is getting ready to hibernate or sleep through the winter. Let's turn this so we can see it. "Mole, are you there, Mole?" Mole was already asleep. "Good night, Mole," said Bear with a sigh. So Mole's already asleep, so he can't tell a story to Mole either. The first winter snowflakes began to fall. So now Bear knows it's time for him to go to bed when the snowflakes start to fall. Many months passed and the sun returned. It melted the snow and woke the trees. Bear rolled out onto the green grass. It's spring, he said. Now I can tell my story. We're going to be able to hear a story. That's going to be great. But first, Bear brought Mouse an acorn. And there's an acorn, and it's a seed from an oak tree. "Thank you, Bear," said Mouse. Mouse was hungry after a long winter. "Welcome home, Duck," called Bear. "You must be tired from your journey." Bear showed Duck a shady mud puddle he'd found. So he said, "Here, why don't you go ahead and rest in here?" Bear placed Frog in the sunshine till he was warm and awake. Frog opened one eye, then the other. "Good morning," said Bear. Bear, Mouse, Duck, and Frog waited all day for Mole to wake up. Finally, Mole poked his nose out into the moonlight. "Mole," said Bear, "would you like to hear a story?" So now he has all of his friends around to tell a story, so we can finally hear it. Bear gathered his friends. He sat up straight and cleared his throat like this. He puffed out his chest, and with all of his friends listening, Bear could not remember his story. "It was such a good story," he said, hanging his head. He feels bad. "But winter is a very long time for a bear to remember." The friends sat together for a quiet minute. I think they're trying to figure out what to tell Bear. Then Mouse said, "Maybe your story is about a bear." And Duck said, "Maybe your story is about the busy time just before winter." "I think there should be other characters too," suggested Frog. "Like a mole," said Mole, "and a mouse, and a dog, and a frog." Bear sat up straight again. He cleared his throat, puffed out his chest, and began his story with... It was almost winter, and Bear was getting sleepy. So he's going to tell the story about what really happened before winter of last year.